Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gentlemen, all in crypto here, and welcome back, guys, for another daily cryptocurrency market update. I'm going to start things off by asking you guys how you're feeling. Let me know in the comment section. Are you worried? Are you optimistic? What are your thoughts? Do you think we are now heading back down to new lows, or do you think this is a higher low setting up for a higher high? You guys know my thoughts. You know that we have a plan in place. And this isn't really a kind of shill to my group, but just more highlighting the fact that actually being a part of a group like the one that I have does help. Certainly in times like this where the cryptocurrency market has been hit by nothing short of an onslaught of FUD, of bad news. You know, the media presence around the cryptocurrency market right now is horrific. We're getting it from a regulatory standpoint. We're getting it from the bears coming back. Oh, we told you so. You know, this was going to happen. All of this nonsense. And guys, isn't it so funny that when we were here, or all the way up, everyone was exceptionally bearish, and now everyone has flipped. Or everyone was exceptionally bullish, sorry, and now everyone has flipped bearish. Well, we are not like other people in this space, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why you should all smash that subscribe button. Because we ultimately look at the markets objectively and not emotionally, okay? And I think that that's something that comes with time in the markets. It's probably something that comes with trading leverage. Believe me, trading spot is a lot easier, or investing in spot is 10 times easier than trading leverage. Trading leverage is an amplification of the sort of price action and thus the emotions that come with it. But ultimately, guys, we're sticking to the plan. You know, I believe that this is a pullback that's going to lead to more continuation. I think we know why the markets have sold off from February the 1st to where we are today. It's because we've had sticky inflationary data, which of course has caused the implied Fed funds rate to go up. However, if we, and this is why we've been saying, look, big day on Friday, non-farm payroll tomorrow. We've got a big day on the 14th of March, and then we've got the actual rate decision. I think they're still going to go with the 25 basis points because I don't think they really have that much room to go that much higher without completely imploding the economy. I think the Fed are on a tightrope right now where one side they've got slightly higher inflation, or the other side they've got a complete systemic collapse of their financial system, which is well overdue, by the way, guys. The dollar and the system behind it will end at some point. It has to, because it's just a essentially an IOU system that can never be paid back. But ultimately, with this inflationary data, we've seen... I'm going to show you some interesting things. We're going to be talking about Grayscale. We're going to be talking about Silvergate. We're going to be talking about Voyager. We're going to be talking about a number of things in this one that I think you guys are going to find really interesting. But with this inflationary data, the issue that you have is if we get... And this is what true inflation has inflation down at, 4.78%. Which may not be the case. But if we get a lower print, certainly under 6%, markets will then readjust from the readjusting, and they'll go bullish again. Because what you'll see is rates come down, or implied rates come down. You'll see, essentially, you'll see the dollar come down, and you'll also see the sort of time under those rates lessen, and we'll probably go back into pricing cuts in at the end of the year. Which is interesting. You know, inflation is the main story to watch. It's what drives the market. This is why, as a crypto investor, and again, this is why you should subscribe to this channel, guys. We do the whole analysis. We look at the important markets and we piece them together and we give it to you as it is. Now, I have a strategy. I'm playing this market rather well thus far, and hopefully that's going to continue. You know, I'm very humble in front of the markets, as I've been humbled many times. But I think the dollar could be running out of a little bit of strength. You got a bit of a bearish div on the dollar. What else have we got? We've got the 10 years. 10 years actually looks good. However, the 2-year yield does seem to be running out of some steam here, guys, which I'd like to see continue. Look at the dollar on the weekly. Yeah, okay. So it's very interesting what's going on now. These are maybe precursors for a shift. Remember, the 2-year is tracking interest rates, so that could be looking to roll at some point, potentially. You saw a similar thing go on here, and this could be about to roll, which means that interest rates are implied coming down. there's a lot of things you got to watch, but my stance overall, without sort of boring people and going too much into the kind of macro of everything, is that, you know, I'm bullish at the end of the day right now where I'm at with crypto. And you're going to say, well, how the hell can you be bullish? We've got Mt. Gox, we've got Silvergate, we've got all this kind of stuff taking place. And one response is, are any of them an FTX? You know, we literally saw the largest, or one of the largest players in the crypto space get completely wiped out. And the market is where it is today. You know, I don't think any of them compared to it. I also think that what's happening with regulators, and actually we've got some great news from Binance and Voyager. Binance essentially have won that case because the judge was like, you can't just stop a company from buying someone unless there's reasons to do so. I think that actually regulations are massively bullish for the industry. And I actually think that what we're seeing right now is a huge advancement in there. And I think it's bullish. I am bullish, guys. I'm going to tell you right now. And you're going to say, oh, okay. Bearing in mind, we got out of the market here. All the tweets, all the videos are still up. We got how this ended wrong. I expected this to be a pullback, and then we were going to see that continuation. We didn't get that. Instantly got that invalidation, and then we took the market short all the way down to here and re-entered here, guys. Everything is still up. You know, and it's times like this where the sentiment is really shitty that you separate the boys from the men. And there's a lot of boys out here in the cryptocurrency market, certainly from the content creator side of things. You know, anyway, don't want to go down and start a ranty sort of video, but I am still expecting continuation until I'm not. This pullback was not only given to you in terms of it was a very likely scenario, we've even given you the setup for continuation out of it. Now, this could be a longer drawn out shoulder. You know, we don't know. We've got to see what the data is at the end of the day, and we know where we're invalidated. We're not there yet. And I do believe that actually, you know, if we do get this higher inflation or lower inflation number, if we do get the 25, markets will go, oh, okay, well, we didn't need to be scared. And actually, if you look at how markets work, they're a concession of higher highs and higher lows. I'll bring down any charts here. So what have we got? High, low. Do you set up for another high, low? Your Elliott wave. Well, the Elliott wave people wouldn't have your 3-wave like that. They'd have it somewhere like that. But your Elliott wave people know what this is. And I actually have said, I don't think it's long before you run your 30K. This is how we get there, guys. This is my plan, and this is what I'm giving to you. And will I be right? We will see. Will I be wrong? We will see. At the end of the day, it wouldn't be the first time I've been wrong in the crypto space. I'm sure I'll be wrong in it many times. But my money's where my mouth is to a significant degree. If you want to find out more about that, feel free to join the Patreon. You'll get my up-to-date thoughts consistently. Lots going on. We had Silvergate, which are now looking like they're going to close and go to bankruptcy. What a bull market and a bear for these guys. It's just, it amazes me how childlike. And, you know, one goal I have, and I'll share this with you guys, is I essentially want to become a fund manager, a regulated fund manager at some point. That's a dream of mine that I have, and it's something that I'm very zealously sort of working towards and trying to prove myself. You know, at the moment. But one thing that we've seen is with a lot of these kind of fund managers and these kind of central, you know, crypto funds, all this kind of stuff, is that they're actually crap, right? They've literally just held a macro trend of everyone's a genius in a bull market. The Fed's actually printed $7 trillion worth of money. The things valued in that money, well, what do you think is going to happen to them? They get that right. And then they get things extremely wrong because they don't have the foresight. And this is where, again, the wheat gets separated from the chaff. And that's what we're trying to do now. People are very much exceptionally worried here. And I'm like, well, why? This is not the time to worry. When you start taking out these levels is the time to worry. Certainly you run this left shoulder. That's the time to worry, right? This is not the time to worry. This is healthy, if anything. And actually was called for. Bearish div. You're getting that on the 2-year yields, by the way. And we're going to do a number of things on this channel. I also want to look at how breakouts, do an in-depth study on breakouts. I think I'll put that on YouTube. But yeah, look towards the 15th. We've got Silvergate shutting down. We got it all going on. We've got regulations. To me, this is a lot of noise. And actually, the charts are telling me something completely different. And they're disagreeing with the kind of FUD and hysteria that's out there. Because if the FUD and hysteria is valid, you'd have seen a slam like this. Right? Or at least like this, you know? Or here. You've not. You've seen very healthy market structure, in my opinion. And I do believe that this is going to set up whether it comes down here and does that, whether it comes down here and does that, or whether it just goes from here. I think you're going to set up for continuation. This is what we're looking for, guys. This is the game plan. We will see. Ultimately, markets will be the ultimate decider, but I'm still bullish. I mean, it's quite lonely being a bull in what can only be described right now as an exceptionally bearish environment. But again, this is where the wheat gets separated from the chaff. That's really all I've got for you in this video, guys. You know, we covered yesterday that the US government are dumping, or looking to dump maybe. You know, you got Mt. Gox, you got all this stuff, and you know, it's all stuff I've heard before, and there is some credibility to it. Shanghai upgrade for Ethereum is a big one, but we'll see what takes place, and ultimately, you know, what comes out of it all, and maybe I'm not as worried as other people, because okay, yeah, we did quite a bit of buying down in this region. But it's also because we have a plan. And again, if you want to find out more about that, feel free to join my Patreon. It's a very modest subscription for what you get, certainly when you compare it with other groups out there. And believe me, guys, I've joined probably hundreds of groups over the sort of 5-6 years that I've been in the crypto space, trying to learn to trade, trying to do this. And I can honestly say that up until recently, I recently joined a group. I actually haven't found any. So there's one that I'm currently in that's definitely worth its salt. It's definitely worth its salt. But up until that point, most groups out there are completely full of shit. And actually, you should be able to tell that within a month or so of what's being said. So yeah, if you want to check that out, guys, feel free to do so. But this is the plan. This is what I'm looking for until we're not. And we will see, guys. We've been right at the start on the kind of market, really since, you know, May last year. March last year, I should say, sorry. The question is, you know, will we continue to be so? And we'll see. The markets will validate that for me or invalidate it. That's all I've got for you in this video, guys. You enjoyed the content, like as always, appreciate it. So a comment, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching, ladies and gents.